What's the deal with 80s anime's weird obsession with sex? Everywhere you turn, some poor is getting finger blasted against the will. It's just weird. Sorry, completely got ahead of myself there. Welcome to Deaf Mute Studio. In this video, I will be talking about 1987's anime classic. Is it a classic? Wicked City. There is Earth, our familiar world, and then there is the Black World, a parallel dimension that very few people are aware of. For centuries, a pact between the two worlds has been observed to maintain peace, and terms must be negotiated and renewed soon to continue relative harmony. This time around, there is a militant faction called the Radicals that will stop at nothing to prevent the signing of the new treaty for interdimensional peace. Two agents of the elite organisation known as the Blackguards, defenders of the balance between the two worlds, are charged with ensuring the success of the treaty. Taki Renzaburo is a human Blackguard agent from Shibuya, and Maki, a Blackguard agent who is from the Black World, and their mission is to protect a man named Giuseppe Maillart, a 200-year-old man. Maillart is the only man who can keep the peace between both worlds. But if the Radicals kill Giuseppe Maillart, the peace between the human world and the Black World will end in terror. Wicked City is proper 80s, especially in terms of its protagonist. Taki is your typical 80s ladies man. He loves to work by day and have sex with ladies by night. And that's pretty much it in terms of character. And that's all you needed in the 80s. Is he strong? Check. Is he straight? Check. Does he have a different lady every night of the week? Check. Then I'll root for him. Go get him, you magnificent sex panther. And that's not a criticism either, I genuinely don't mind that. For me, it makes a refreshing change to watch something that isn't woke or obsessed with gender politics or even trying to please everyone at once. This isn't a film that'll get made in this day and age. In fact, I think if anyone did try and make it today, they'd probably get burnt at the stake or, even worse, cancelled. So let's address the inflatable sex elephant in the room. That's what people say, isn't it? It seems that every male character in Wicked City is purely motivated by getting their ends away. Taki, although rather suave about it, is a Lothario. And Giuseppe Maillart is a 200-year-old sex pest constantly sexually harassing Maki at every opportunity. I'm pretty sure about 70% of the dialogue is about sex. And Maki's journey throughout the film consists of just being used like a pincushion. On the surface, it'd be easy to call this film a weird male chauvinistic fantasy. But Wicked City does work as a male-orientated horror film, with sex not being shown in a strange bro culture kind of way. It's shown as something to fear and set the seed of paranoia, and show that sex can be used as a weapon against men. It's something that would strike a chord with all men, that we're all ultimately vulnerable and helpless when it comes to the no pants stance. And in that sense, it works really well as a horror, turning a man's ultimate enjoyment and basic animal instinct into something to fear, with each sexual encounter in Wicked City pretty much ending badly or horrifically. For example, at the beginning of the film, Taki nearly has his todger bitten off by a spider woman, and Maillart is nearly completely consumed whilst motorboating a pair of tig old bitties. And if that's not scary enough for a guy to simply imagine, the creature designs in the film really put the icing on the scary sex cake. So the creatures or inhabitants of the Black World are not uniformed. They're all straight out of Lovecraft, which is basically the unknown. And not knowing what kind of creatures our heroes are going to come across next is truly terrifying, and it's so effective. It adds to the horror element perfectly because there's nothing scarier than the unknown. And there are scenes in the film that could be taken straight out of John Carpenter's The Thing. If The Thing was animated, of course. I thought the animation was incredible. I'm a big fan of Kawajiri's other films like Vampire Hunter D, Bloodlust and Ninja Scroll. I'm no expert when it comes to animation styles, but I love the fluid action scenes and the deep red and blue colour palette he uses in the film. The pace of the film is fast, it doesn't take long to get started, and it continues at breakneck speed. The story is interesting and the world it creates is really immersive. It left me wanting to know more about the two worlds and their shaky truce. So in conclusion, I really enjoyed the horror elements, the animation style and the world it's set in. My only gripe with the film is that a lot of the fun was spoiled due to the amount of sexual violence. In Wicked City, sexuality is used as a horror device against men, which I think is interesting and it does work. But anime in general has a bad and often deserved reputation of how it treats female characters. And the otherwise strong and capable female lead, Maki, suffers more than one graphic assault. While it may or may not be faithful to the books, which I've not read, these moments feel distracting, exploitative and unnecessary. So that's my review of 1987's Wicked City. Have you seen the film? Do you agree with my review? Let me know on social media and the comment section below. Please support the channel by liking the video and subscribing. It'll help me make more videos like this. But most importantly, thanks for watching. Ta-ra.